Hi everybody, Donna again. I've decided that I'm going to try to check in with everybody once a week, every Tuesday about this time, to update you on what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling, and sticking with my episode from last week, I'm going to talk more about my life as a chronic migraine warrior. Of all the things that you deal with as a chronically ill person, sometimes the worst are the things people say to you, especially people that lack the education or the background to really appreciate your situation, but they feel the need to share their thoughts and suggestions anyway. I know it might come from a good place, but sometimes people that come from the best place often say the worst things. So here are the top 5 things that have been said to me that you should never ever say to a chronically ill, especially a chronically ill person with migraine disease. The first is that you know how I feel. While I appreciate the sentiment very much, you have no idea how I feel. Unless you too have chronic migraine illness, and in that case, I feel sorry for you. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, and believe me, for my worst enemies, I wish them many things. At my worst, my migraine lasted 25 days in a row. Wasn't a new headache every day. It was the same pain 24 hours a day for 25 days straight, rather, I'm sorry. It is something that's very hard to explain to someone that hasn't experienced it. And like I said, I hope that you haven't. So when someone says to me, I know how you feel. I had such a headache yesterday. I had to take 3 Advil, whatever it was. You don't understand what I feel. I would rather that you just said that you were hoping that I feel better, that you're praying for me, anything else, but that you know how I feel, because you don't. The second thing is that I need to lose weight. A large reason, one of the main reasons that I'm the size that I am is because of the drugs I took to try to break my migraines, to prevent them from happening in the first place. I'll talk more about that in a future episode, the kinds of medications I took and how and why I'm weaning off of them. But for right now, I will say that as soon as I stopped taking one medication in particular, I dropped 60 pounds. So if you think I'm fat now, you have no idea what I was like beforehand. I don't need people commenting on my weight, suggesting I stop eating meat or bread or pizza or anything like that, because my weight is A, none of your business, and B, nothing to do with my migraine disease. 3, that your cousin's, sister's, mother's, brother's, ex-husband's best friend tried this remedy and it works. Cranberry pills, wheatgrass shots, I've heard them all. I appreciate it, again, but I don't need your advice. Especially if you don't know what you're talking about, or think that I shouldn't be taking medication, I should be trying the all-natural path. The problem with that is that I have an actual illness, and if I had diabetes, you wouldn't tell me not to take insulin, but to try acupuncture. Migraines are the same thing. They're a neurological disease. The migraine is actually the symptom of the disease. So you can do alternative medicine in addition to taking actual medicine, but there's a big part of it that is medically necessary for you to take the things and do the things that you have to do. 4th is Excedrin migraine or Tylenol. I've seen all the commercials too. Excedrin migraine, the EMT guy can now go back out and save lives. Once he pops 2 Excedrin migraine, and off he goes. That's not an actual migraine as far as I'm concerned. And that's not stuff that would ever work for a person like me. A person like me with a real illness, a neurological disorder, can't take an over-the-counter medication and sort of wish it away. I wish that was the case. If that was true, I wouldn't be getting 41 injections every 3 months of Botox into my forehead, skull, and all down my neck and shoulders. But wishful thinking. Also, if you can go on Facebook or Twitter or any kind of social media and say, God, I'm having the worst migraine today, then you too do not have a migraine. A real full-blown migraine attack, whether you have chronic illness or not, requires you to just stop your life in your tracks. Some people have vomiting, these all different symptoms. Some people just have to be in a quiet, dark place. But you're not on social media, you're not scrolling through your Instagram feed. Your mind and your eyes couldn't even contemplate doing something like that. And lastly, though, the most important thing you should never say to somebody with chronic illness or chronic migraine disease is that maybe you should stop thinking about it and it will go away. Maybe you could wish it away. This person that said this to me said it to me on numerous occasions, has said other unhelpful things since. But the idea that I could wish it away, that I am somehow bringing this upon myself, is just mind-blowing. Again, if I had diabetes or cancer, you can't wish those things away. They're actual illnesses. So why you feel the need to say something mean, hurtful to a sick person is something I don't understand. But then again, if she's saying this to me, God knows what she's saying to everybody else, right? So, no, I can't wish it away. And I can't do a rain dance and make it rain. I don't have those kind of magical powers. Maybe she does. God bless. I hope so. I do not. And I also don't have the ability to control when I can leave my house, whether it was for a day job, a party, event. You don't get the schedule ahead of time when you have chronic migraine illness. You don't know what your body will let you do, when it will let you do it. And it's almost impossible to make plans. So you have to really have people in your corner that understand, and even if they don't understand, care enough about you that will accept this is part of having a relationship with you of any kind, friend, relative, whatever have it be. So I just really hope that these tips help you out there who want to say something to somebody that's ill and just doesn't know what to say. You know what the best thing to do, the absolute best thing, 10 times out of 10, is to give them a text, a phone call, mail them a card. I know I'm old school, I like the mail. Just let them know that you're thinking about them. Because when you're alone and sick and isolated, even if you live with people, those people leave the house. You most likely are not. And so when you're at your worst, it's very depressing. And you want to feel that you're still connected to the people that you care about and are thinking about, even though you don't have the ability at that time to reach out to them. So let that person know that you love them, that you're thinking about them. Tell them a funny story, something random. Because really, laughter and love are the best medicines that anybody can have. So be well and stay migraine free.